In today's lesson, we will cover a truly thrilling event. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumphant tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effect it had on the wizard milling industry. Throughout the many goblin battles, countless wizard cloaks were lost. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower entrance hall. Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the late early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then, welcome. No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Eargit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I know that name. Lodgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin-wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day. Now, where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby. Curious students can find him on display here in the bell tower entrance hall. And all students introduced
Revelio.
to this hero.
Interesting. Not Grimbold Weft.
Sir Skagglethorpe the Heedless once challenged a mountain troll to a game. Chairs. Care to guess who won?
These bits of broom are all that's left of a witch called Celine. Rumor has it, she was demonstrating her experimental lunar apparition charm. She was never seen again.
This
Revelio.
is a centuries-old likeness of Pangadon. Fearless mouse hunter and devoted study companion. People have always loved their pets. I find that comforting. At least we're out of the classroom.
Revelio.
Let's see. Grimbold Weft. Abandoning class to rock the halls is in keeping with Professor Binns's manner of teaching.
Wagadu's history is, well, a bit different than that of Hogwarts, to say the least.
Revelio.
helpful fellow.
Oh, yes. I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Athbuddle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower is a retinue of loyal knights, or rather, statues of knights.
He has a special knack. It's
This will spot the statue of Sir Athbuddle of the cheerful countenance nestled above the ranks. His fame was not...
This unassuming smudge is rumoured to be the location of the very first successful use of Bombarda. I suppose successful is a relative term, since whoever cast it didn't live to tell the tale.
Warm and approachable demeanor was celebrated by old friends and newcomers alike. I encourage one to make the waving statue's acquaintance.
Sir Athbuddle.
Revelio.
The Hogwarts founder...
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Athbuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Athbuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True, but imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise student, such as yourself, will learn from it. History is written by those who do their schoolwork, so they say. Or at least, I like to say that.
We've all gone on another one of Finn's wild goose chases.
Revelio. 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 Lumos. Revelio. Aloha Mora. What do we have here? A demiguise. Mine now, demiguise. Revelio.
Who knows what would have happened to the school if it had not been for you? All of us.
Revelio. Lumos.
Silly. If it had been my toad, it'd still.
You telltale. It was not. Never. Oh, Fitzroy, you naughty boy. See, I told you. Now
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating
Lumos.
that solves the mystery.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
It was a ridiculous thing to do. I'm not impressed in the least.
Hear that? She's not impressed in the least.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Revelio. Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
I don't understand why people go on about
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
I really have made a mess of things.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Amit told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Accio! Revelio. Accio. This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
Since arriving in my first year.
Have you been in any other commons?
It's an outrage! No one makes a fool of Ferdinand Octavius Pratt!
Sir, are you all right? You seem to be in some distress.
All right? Do I look all right? I've been kidnapped!
How can you be kidnapped when you're right here?
What sort of question is that? Of course I'm right here. I've more than one frame. Do you only have one home? It's my other frame. It's been stolen. And by students, no less. They paid filthy thieves to steal my other frame.
Oh dear. That sounds awful.
Well, awful is exactly what Astoria Cricket is. She's behind all of this. She and her friends were moaning about me of all the nerve. Then I heard her plot to enlist a gang of good-for-nothings to have me stolen from the Three Broomsticks. That's where my other frame hung. A hovel of a place. Though I suppose one could do worse. I once knew a portrait who ended up in the Hog's Head. No one's heard from him since.
Right. So back to your frame.
Ah, yes. There I was, powdering my wig, and the next thing I knew, I was being manhandled by rogues and carried off. As if I can afford not to be at my post. I do important work for the headmaster, and I need my other frame back at the Three Broomsticks.
I could look into the matter for you.
Oh, would you? How marvelous. Do it quickly, though, won't you? The place they took me to is quite beneath me. Off you go, then.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Hear about this? The fiends will rot in Azkaban.
Revelio.
I've been kidnapped.
It's a good way to get attention.
Revelio.
I don't know why you don't just get a snitch from inside.
Because I told you, I can transfigure one. I've seen her do it. It's true. Soon get us a snitch. Non-verbal spell. Sounds risky. You could never do.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Astoria Cricket?
That depends. Am I in trouble?
Ferdinand Pratt thinks you should be. Says you stole his frame.
I wouldn't call it stolen. Relocated's more like it. How do I put this nicely? Ferdinand Pratt is a postulant boil, and he's lucky I didn't have him sealed in a wall.
He truly is rather foul, isn't he?
All he does is spy on students in here and report back to the headmaster. Sometimes, if there's nothing to report, he'll make it up. I spent 4 hours in detention last week, all because he told Black that I was planning to drain the lake, whatever that means. It was the last straw. He and his frame had to go.
May I ask where you put him?
Well, I didn't put him anywhere. The frame is likely with the fine gents I paid to snatch it. They camp in a ruin by the coast. I just wanted it far enough away that I'd never have to think about Ferdinand Pratt ever again.
You do know he's screaming in the library as we speak.
Oh, for the love of Merlin. If you ask me, he's got nothing to scream about. I could have had him put in the hogshead. The pampered Pratt would have hated it. Grimy walls, smell of goats. And the patrons, they eat snooty princes like Ferdinand for dinner. But what's done is done. He isn't here anymore, and if I were you, I should enjoy it. Lovely chatting with you.
Revelio.
You've made a mistake.
No one's going to pay a ransom for that, Paul.
Revelio.
You can't keep your eyes off a pretty lass, you.
Petrificus Totalis. Revelio. Petrificus Totalis.
That sound.
A final conduct.
What's that? Who goes there?
You let Nora Treadwell go, didn't you? You're about to.
Arresto Momentum. Bombarda. Confringo. Defendo. Expelliarmus. What do you have in store for me? Finite.
Petrificus Totalis! Petrificus Totalis! Petrificus Totalis!
Petrificus Totalis. Revelio. 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 Capulso. It's Lumos. Revelio. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Digits if you hadn't interfered. Petrificus totalis. Nobody will believe I defeated an Ashwinder by myself. Revelio. I should investigate. Bombarda. Arresto momentum. Flipendo. Levioso. Lumos. Accio. Depulso. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Levioso. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Lumos.
Lumos.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio.
Lumos.
That's that. Settled. Revelio. Bombarda! Revelio. This looks intriguing. Revelio. Alohomora.
Well, it's about time. It's a wonder there's anything left of me.
Revelio. Calm down, I'm here now.
Calm down. Those buffoons outside have been talking about burning me. Me! If they weren't all sharing half a brain, they'd realize I'm worth more to them intact and at the Three Broomsticks.
How was that?
With everything I overhear, I'm a veritable trove of information. Now, don't just stand there. I need to be back by cocktail hour. The place will be like a funeral without me.
What if I don't want to return you to the Three Broomsticks?
What on earth do you mean?
I could just burn you and be done with it.
I'd like to see you try.
You really oughtn't have said that.
you burning me?
More times than I can count. Ha! Your territory stole our goblin help.
Expulsion!
Crucial. You were still
What have you done?
Expelliarmus.
Manipulated me.
Rebellion.
I've seen you
Wait till Sebastian hears about this. An Ashwinder. Revelio.
I shall never forget the horror of witnessing the cruel destruction of my other flame. No appreciation.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want to. If only
care enough to remove my demiguise statue.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're causing Mr. Moon terrible distress.
Ha! Good. That was the idea.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The Moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
Sounds as if Mr. Moon deserved what he got. But perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was a classmate of yours that you bullied, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, we had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Revelio.
I've never seen the headmaster so regal. Actually, I have come to think of it. His way, really, isn't it?
Scrope's master is indeed
I can't say
regal,
I ever
sir.
thought Ranrock.
Revelio.
Wouldn't mind having a little sweep over mine.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Yes, no need to well.
Headed by the Black family, sir.
Are you saying that to annoy me? No, they're heading circles. Yes, I see your point. Choose your battles, I say. I shall be polished another day.
Aloha Mora. Revelio. 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 Aloha Mora. Revelio. Expelliarmus. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. 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 It's George, I'm sure of it.
Who
Aloha,
is
Mora.
George?
That is George.
Explain.
He was trying to become an animagus, and we were in a field full of sheep.
All is now clear. What you have here is an Ovis aries, commonly known as a sheep.
No, it's George.
Did your friend George hold in his mouth a mandrake leaf for an entire month?
What?
And equip himself with the chrysalis of a death's head hawk moth?
A what moth?
To which he added a silver teaspoon of dew from a place touched by neither sunlight nor human feet.
All I know is he said, a tomato animagus.
The word is amato.
Oh, George! I know his voice.
Oh, he's after my boober tubers. Can you get him away?
George, stop it! Look, he knows his name. George?
What are you doing with a sheep? You can't bring a sheep into school.
I was sure it was you.
Out! Right now! Now!
I look nothing like a sheep.
You just wait till I speak to Professor Weasley.
What sort of world are we in where children solve our problems?
Revelio.
Deke thinks you've made marvelous improvements here.
Theophilus, you're back. Nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Revelio. Revelio.
여러분 제가 이거 설명드릴게요. 이거 진짜 쉬워요. 이거 봐봐요. 그냥 간단하게 말하면 약간 튀어나온 거의 개수가 정답입니다. 튀어나온 거의 개수. 그냥 다리든 뿌리든 뭔가 그게 뾰족한 거 개수 세면 돼요. 그래서 부엉이가 0이에요. 부엉이가 0이고 그 다음에 유니콘 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9라고 생각하면 돼. 그러면 끝이야. 그냥 부엉이부터 그냥 간단하게 부엉이부터 0이야. 쉽죠? 거미가 지금 몇이에요? 거미가 8이잖아요. 그러면 2를 찾으면 돼. 요거 여기에 2가 들어가면 돼요. 요거 쉽죠? 얘 몇이야? 얘 7이거든요 7이고 얘가 1이잖아. 그럼 여기 1 넣으면 돼요. 1 끝. 그럼 이거 열립니다. 쉽죠?
Revelio. 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 Expelliarmus. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.